Do you play NASUS? Are you fed up of being ratioed and laned by stupid champions with overloaded kits? Are you tired of your team reporting you for feeding when the entire enemy team is constantly in your lane because you play in a champion that scales? Are you fed up of having to stand under your turret because some virgin asshole decides to pick Teemo or Vayne in the top lane to ruin your life and day? Well, do we have news for you? Here at Beanos Incorporated, with our 2 billion years of collective game design knowledge, we have invented a build to solve all of your NASUS problems. Introducing Hellfire NASUS. This build is scientifically proven to solve all your NASUS problems. How, you may ask? Simple. Hold on, wait, I made that joke already. But it is true. Scientifically true, in fact. Before we continue though, we should probably go over NASUS's abilities. NASUS. His Q is an empowered auto attack. When activated, NASUS compresses the spine of the target, and if the target can't handle spinal compression like this set, their soul is now a part of you, making your next Q stronger. NASUS's W is a point and click slow that straps concrete shoes to the target for 5 seconds, slowing them for 95% and reducing their attack speed to half. NASUS's E is it does big magic damage and reduces your armor by 45% while standing in the circle. So, how do we play AP NASUS? Now there's 3 specific points of the game that are really important. There's the early game, it's mid game, and it's late game. And I'm here to show you how to survive all 3. It's lane and phase. This part of the game is pretty easy. For the most part, you walk up and you spam your E repeatedly. We are going to be running first strike, so the more gold you get, the better. Because if you don't get a lead, well, you're fucked. What about high sustain champions like Garen or Sett? Well, don't worry about that, because I have a plan for that too. See, we're still going to stack our Q. This seems counterintuitive considering that we build an AP. And if you think this, you have no friends. Remember, you are still NASUS. And when a smelly champion like Garen comes around with a lot to sustain, you still want to have some sort of way of dealing with it. And the spine compressing power that is your Q, rather stupid at doing that. Otherwise your goals are still the same. Get plates, get farm, don't die, and manage to cheese your way through lane and phase. The rest of the game is going to be easy. And if you don't, well, God help you. Mid-game. This is where the fun begins. Providing that you've farmed up enough, you should have a pair of boots and the sauce. What is this sauce? Well, it's this nifty little item that sprays a lot of blue juice on an enemy target and roots them in the middle, and if it doesn't hit them in the middle, it slows them for a percentage. On that note, bushes are your best friend. See, NASUS are a pretty immobile champion, and that makes it really hard to molest unsuspecting fools with your pimp cane. Because any League of Legends player with an IQ higher than 2 is going to run in the opposite direction when they see a NASUS ghost in full sprint at them. And this is where bushes come into play. The ability to instantly be on top of somebody is a godsend. You're still going to want to look for unsuspecting fools like before, but this time a scanner is necessary, because this is a really stupid way of dying. On to the hard part. Remember when I said you're still NASUS? In about 15 minutes, none of that is going to matter. Why, you ask? Well, I'll answer your question with a question. Why do we build tank on NASUS? Because he can gain damage without actively having to buy damage items. What does this mean for us? Well, since we're speeding up the process of doing big damage, we fall off just as fast. So much like my yearly prostate exam, we want this to be over with as quick as possible. There are 2 ways to get this done. There's the Chad way, where you split push and you kill anything that you see in the side lane, and there's the bitch way, where you fight with your team. If you opt into split push, which you should, in the scenario that anyone is crazy enough to try to stop you, you shove your pip cane as deep into their anal cavities as is necessary to stop them from doing so. NASUS's 1v1 is really strong. Most champions cannot stop you, providing that you're ahead. Now if you choose to team fight like a bitch, you get it? Cause dog, your E has a lot of armor reduction, so any AD champions on a team are gonna be doing a lot of extra damage. And since you're gonna be building a Ryalize and burn items, anybody who is brave enough to team fight in the general vicinity of you is gonna turn swiftly into dust as your E melts them away. And there's still your W, which is a 95% slow. I don't even think that it is necessary for me to tell you why this is useful. So hopefully you would have won the game at this point, because if not, then we'll have to move on to the late game. Now this part is suffering. Understand me when I say, if the game goes on this long, you are fucked. Although you still do damage, it doesn't matter to anyone, because everybody else does damage. You only hope that you have at this point to group with your team and hope for the best that they can carry you to the end of the game.
And honestly, that's it. Like, there isn't anything else I could teach you at this point. Go out and try it yourself. Grief your rank games. Let's see how the shit goes.
Also subscribe, please. I would really like that. You know, I spent a lot of time doing the thing. If you could just, you know, click the little button, you know, I'll fucking kill you.